Hi, I'm Lisa Redfern. This is Gingersnap, a conversation and a cookie with a creative Mainer. And it's episode 91. Can you believe it? I'm here in Portland, finally, with Hannah Tarkinson, who is a designer and an artist and a musician. She's a really great example of a creative Mainer because you're really, really creative. And we're here in her incredibly creative, renovated home in Portland. So you're doing a whole bunch of things. What do you want people to know about what you're doing right now?
Well, right now, I always have a lot of things going on, but some of them have been put on hold so I can focus on my first solo album. I haven't ever gone solo, except I think I was early 20s, and I made the decision to just do the band thing. But
That's really cool. Congratulations!
It's very exciting. I'm actually working with my dad who has Alzheimer's, and one of the things we discovered was that he did so much better. He worked from a different part of his brain if we could interview him with a microphone. It's such a profound thing. So, when you're in the recording studio, you use a different part of your brain because of that pressure of getting it right. And I think that happened for him. But some of the things I was catching him saying were phenomenal. They were so deep. He was a minister and a therapist that I rebelled against for a long time. But then, I started really listening to what he had to say, and it seems like he wanted to leave some good information with us. And he was also a big social activist. That's how my parents met when they were young. So what happened was I ended up capturing all this great stuff, but it was very small compared to the hard stuff I was capturing. And I sort of just got clear one day. I was meditating, and I heard this idea came to me that I've repurposed metal with my jewelry, I've repurposed leather with my leather work, and I should be repurposing sound. So this is the first album I might not actually have lyrics on, too. Out of all the things I've done, I've been very much vocal focused, and I think this is about taking sound and reversing it and compressing it, and just taking grief and compressing it and reversing it and giving it a new soundscape in a way that's not as painful, hopefully.
Wow, that is really profound and beautiful.
It's pretty amazing, and so I've really slowed down almost everything that I'm doing musically to focus on that, and juggling that with a family and a business that I'm the only person running. It's a slow and steady. My friend Mo Nunez and I. We have a project called Ghost Box that we finally put a name on. And basically we get together and we jam in his basement. And it's all improv based.
Wow.
And so I've missed...
That's really cool.
It's so cool. I've missed performing. I haven't performed a lot over the last few years. And this way, it's, you show up at a show and it's you don't know what... I don't know what I'm going to say. We have an idea of what he's going to play, but it's all live, improv.
Wow,
so
that's cool and very brave.
Yeah, it is so scary at first, but we've been doing it for so long that the trust we have between each other is it's pretty rad. It also helps that we're both ADD. I think he is. I am. There you go. But so it helps for me. It's an ADD for the win.
I wanted to tell you that I listened to your music that moves me about Orphan Girl and your dad, and it was really beautiful to me. And so if you haven't heard that, you can look it up on the website.
That was an honor. Sutran invited me to go in there, and it took me a while to figure out what song I wanted to talk about. I kept thinking about the song, and then I sort of I kind of got a perspective, when's the last time I was really moved when music was involved? I kind of had to go at it that way because, I'm a musician. I love
it's hard to narrow those things down.
It is. Yeah. One other thing I want to plug is that on Sunday, the 26th of August, Ghost Box, this duo that I'm a part of, we wrote a song in honor of Brendan Whitney, who is a friend who passed away. It's in honor of Brendan, and it's in dedication to his wife, Jen, their daughters, and also all of his friends. So that's hip-hop based, actually, and we had two of our friends come on with us. So Unkeen and Just Plain Jones are featured on it, and it's it's really exciting. It's going to be on Maine Public's In Tune with Sarah Willis.
Yeah, nice.
On Sunday. So
that's great.
We're really proud of that.
That's fantastic. That's great.
What we're on now.
So when did you first come to Maine?
I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, that was 1983-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I moved here from Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
You did?
Yeah. An old bandmate of mine calls it Big Tooth Gap, Drew Wyman. You must know Drew. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I love Drew. Hi, Drew.
Hi, Drew.
Yes, we did a Gingersnap in his basement and could not keep a straight face. We were laughing so much.
Oh my God,
It was
yeah.
really fun.
Practices were hard to get through.
He is very funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Yeah.
And why do you stay? Like, what keeps you in Maine?
Well, it's funny. I didn't think I'd come back. I went away to school. I moved to Boston after college. And for me, and my then husband, my now husband, my husband, no, I can't decide if we were married.
Husband.
I don't remember if we were married when we decided to move back. He's my first and second husband. That's a whole other interview. We basically, after September 11th, we kind of reassessed our life and what do we want with it. And we wanted to be closer to family. Mm-hmm. And by that time, the creative scene here was amazing.
Yeah.
I left and it wasn't like an ounce of what it is now. And so it felt very comfortable and exciting and refreshing to come back here, actually.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I'm glad you're back.
You.
We just met today.
We just met.
This is sometimes I interview people that I know, and sometimes I have the great pleasure of interviewing people I've wanted to meet but haven't met yet. So, do you know your first word? And if you don't know, what do you think it might have been?
Oh, yeah, sister. I called my mom. I phoned mom for that one. So my first word was cow.
Okay, that's a first. I've never.
I know. Oh, I grew up in Big Stone Gap, so I was like surrounded by cows.
So cute.
Yeah, I was cow was the first. And she
cute.
actually told me the first lyrics I ever sang to her. And it was, mommy, mommy, mom, me, mom.
Doing some deconstruction there.
I mean, just take the word apart.
Mom.
I've played with cadence my whole life. It's so funny that I started
really cute.
I was 16 months, I guess, when I said that.
That's so cute. Well, my first word was cookie, so I usually have cookies. But
word.
yeah,
Oh.
it's in my baby book. But so we're having cucumbers.
Yeah.
So smarty pants over here can't have cookies, and it would be better for me if I couldn't have cookies. I probably shouldn't have cookies.
Can't have
but
gluten.
I love cookies.
You know what it is?
I feel better not having gluten.
Yeah.
Actually, and I try and be kind of gluten free most of the time. But with Gingersnap, I kind of go.
Well, I found out that I had this back pain I've had since I was 16. I thought it was a soccer injury. Turns out it was gluten. I did all this allergy testing
Oh my gosh.
over the last couple of years, and gluten was like the main ingredient.
Oh my gosh.
Took it away
Wow.
for the first time.
That's fantastic.
So we're
Having cucumbers, and I
cute
love
now.
cucumbers.
yeah. Cheers.
Sure. I ate a lot of cucumbers. So, did you have in your family or in your adolescence, did you have a cool car that you'd get back if you could?
Yes.
And that's the end.
I was raised by people who don't mind me talking with my mouth full, but I'm trying to be mindful. It's not gonna
There are
happen.
people in my siblings don't want me to do this, but
They don't.
No.
I'm just trying not to swear. I'm trying to keep
she's trying really hard.
anyone who's watching this that knows me is probably just waiting for it to happen.
Like, I can't believe Hannah hasn't.
Me
Yeah.
too. We had an international scout, and when we lived in Virginia, and it was like, I mean, like obviously my parents
Cute.
bought it used,
Cute.
but it was so
I know exactly the car.
yeah.
What color?
It was red and white.
Ooh. Oh.
Red
wow.
and white. I know. Totally
Sort
beat
of
up.
Extra cool.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
Going through all those Appalachian mountains. Yeah, I mean, it barely made it sometimes, but it was. I would buy that back in a heartbeat if I could find it and afford it.
I'm sure they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
And Maine has so many, like Owl's Head always has all the old cars.
Mm-hmm.
At the Owl's Head
Oh, okay.
Transportation Museum. And out in Hartsville, where I am, they are often,
Yeah.
we often see all kinds of great classic cars because a lot of people out there have. Yeah, they gotta come see it.
Yeah.
Come see my crazy walls.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to something near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
Literature, books, reading.
Yeah.
Do you have a couple books that you recommend a lot or that are really dear to you?
Well, I'm going to shamelessly plug my mom. Oh, look,
good.
I have heat rash. This happens. I get so excited. It's like being a 7th grade boy. I just can't control it. So it's not contagious, you guys. Just in case. Yeah, get a good view. I'm going to plug my mom. She's a poet. Her name is Betsy Scholl. And she's got quite a few books, actually. We just shot her author photo for her next book that's coming out that I don't know the title of. I listen to a lot on Audible these days because I'm in my studio and my hands are occupied a lot. So the last book I bought was Questlove's Creative Quest, and that it's really good. I'm still listening to it. I'm going pretty slow with it. We're using it to prop. And we're using it to prop it. One of the books that I always come back to. And especially when I'm like grieving, if someone's passing away or has passed away, or I just kind of need to reflect on quality of life, is Eckhart Tolle's. It's the pressure. The Now one? Nope. Hold on, I wrote it down. It's right here. Yeah, it's so significant that I remembered it. Oh, A New Earth. A New Earth. Yeah. And actually, I have to say, there is this book club that Oprah did with him where they went through each chapter. Did you see that?
I saw it and I reread it last year.
Yeah.
And underlined stuff. It's
I mean, beautiful. I read a lot of stuff, or I listen to a lot of stuff these days, but this is one of those ones that I just keep returning to it, So I'm listening to some Oliver Sacks stuff, Musicophilia, and I'm doing a lot of research for my album because I want to know how the brain reacts to sound. Because if I'm making these soundscapes, I've never really focused solely on the music. And with the music, I've always heard the full song before I've played it. In fact, I hear more instruments than I know how to play. So I feel like I have a lot of research to do, as much as I'm 4 songs in. But I'll need to be calling on harpists and,
I have a recommendation for you.
Okay. I'm excited. I'll send you a list of instruments I need to fill.
Yeah. I actually have a list. I have created a spreadsheet of people in Maine and who plays what.
Great.
I don't know, I got a little archive nerd or something.
Yeah. No, I
love lists.
My daughter does lists. Oh my God, she's like Listy McListy Pants. It's great.
I'm gonna take it, Listy McListy Pants.
Yeah, say it 3 times.
So, in terms of music that influenced you when you were young, or that that you come back to if you're feeling lost or if you're feeling really happy, like it feels like to me, and I know I just asked you that question, and I'm going to say something before you answer it, which is that I find that sometimes people are drawn to the very same music, whether they're in a dark place or in a happy place, because it engenders the deep connection with feeling, period. Some people will say, well, I listen to this when I'm really sad, and then I also listen to it when I'm really, really happy. Wait a second, so that's interesting to me too, that sometimes the same piece of music can comfort you, can be company when you're happy and comfort when you're sad at the same time. Yeah,
I would say I surprisingly listen to far less music than you would think, because I'm in a studio all day and it's just me. And if I listen to music, I stop to write music. And it actually ends up distracting me from what I'm doing.
The other work you're doing.
Yeah. Well, only because I'd rather write music. And so it's an interesting, issue that I have, because I obviously love music a lot. I would say that as of recently, the music I keep coming back to is Sigur Rós, because I don't know what the lyrics are saying. And the music makes me feel so much. And also, I did a short stint of music with my friend Galen Richmond. Hi, Galen. And he turned me on to Brian Eno's The Big Ship. It's this song that I feel like it is like, it's not, I can't put my finger on what it does, but it hits like, that is one of those songs that I could listen to at any mood. Again, no lyrics, just sound that penetrates in a way that it almost defies mood. Like it doesn't provoke me to be in anything but like, when you just have a song and it's just coming to like that point where your energy is just buzzing, but the buzz isn't necessarily positive or negative. It's just energy. It's what it does for me. And so that song has been on repeat over and over and over again in my studio. Sorry, studio mates.
It's so great that you have a studio space.
Oh my
in
God.
addition to
I'm a studio
here.
at Running with Scissors. Hey guys. And it is like, I actually never thought I'd want to share a space with a bunch of people. I mean, I have my own studio within the building, but the community I have there.
I would think that sounds like a dream to me.
Yeah, it was the piece I never knew was missing. Was that kind of friendship with other artists that could really help me work through any insecurities that came up around my work, or just get me the heck, see how I did that, out of the studio for a hot second, just to like, change my like perspective on a piece I'm working on, or just have those conversations. A few of my friends were going through the thick of it with our family members and health and stuff, and it's so helpful to have people to just, break it down with.
Yeah. We need community on all levels.
Yeah, we really do. My dad always says that he's like, you should treat your life like it's a house concert, because all the changes that you could possibly make in this world need to be done one-on-one. Yeah, I know. These are the gems that he says.
This is the stuff that's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, and obviously he's not like the first one to say it, but when he said to me, he's like, a minister and a therapist loses his mind. It sounds like the beginning of a bad joke. Like it does. But he has these moments where he's just like, he'll say something so profound in the middle of absolutely not being lucid that just, it makes me stop in my tracks, So I thought that was a community.
That's a winner, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and actually, as musicians, most, well, I'll speak for myself. It's my favorite venue because of that, connection, because of that intimacy, because there's nothing between you.
Yeah.
And someone sitting right there.
I want to do it. I don't think I've done it. And my friend...
It's the best.
My friend was doing house. She was like hosting them for a while. But yeah, I haven't performed much at all in the last few years. It hasn't been the priority. I've written and I've, my band Isobel and I have come out with a couple albums, and the band Portavest and Todd and I came out with an album. So it's not for lack of not doing music. It's just shows had not been my priority, but I miss it a lot. Yeah. And the only kind of shows I can do at this point have to be kind of improvisational because my time is so limited. Right. With, just a lot of family stuff. So I have to, so this ghost box situation is pretty cool because we get to be ghostly whenever we feel like it. Yeah. We can just show up and slip out. Wow,
that's really cool. That's really cool. All right, moving on to movies. Other favorite things. If a movie was made about Hannah Tarkinson's life, what genre would it be? Who would star as you?
Okay, so I phoned another friend because I was like, I don't know. Like, I was like, can it just be a documentary? But I said that because I just went to see McQueen. Is the documentary on Alexander McQueen? The fashion designer. He's probably one of my biggest influences, design-wise, but more so message-wise, because he kind of gave the finger to the whole fashion industry. Not that that's what I'm doing, but he took what was going on in the streets in the real world and brought it to the runway, which was tragic and quite ballsy. So, but so that was my first thought. And then I was like, no. Like, I need to ask some people. So I called, I texted old bandmates, and I texted the girls from the studio.
Oh, good.
I can't say what we call each other because it would be, improper, but they're my art posse, and that's as bland as I've ever said it, ladies. And they...
I'm sorry.
Choking on a cue.
Choking on a cue card. Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Okay, I got you. So my friend Christine Caswell, who... Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Plug. She made that. And
okay,
then,
Christine, I don't know you, but you know what I love?
Oh.
It didn't go away. It just does this thing.
Okay.
I love that it has a feminine shape and it's so solid. This is not going anywhere.
Nope.
I love it.
And Christine and both of our dear friend Meg have come together to form the brand C&M, where they make pottery for anyone, but a lot of local restaurants that you go to. So this is one of theirs that they did.
That is very cool.
Yes. Skulls. It's kind of my jam. So hers came back, and I kind of agreed with hers the most, which was it needs to be a dark comedy with Kristen Wiig as the.
Oh man!
I know that would be so dreamy, but I mean, I couldn't think that one through on my own. I felt
it's difficult. That's a question. A lot of people ask somebody. In fact, sometimes I call my sister and I send them a picture of, which I forgot to do with you, who I'm going to interview, and I say, who does this person look like a combination of? Because that is so fun to me. Like this person is part so and so and part so and so.
Well, do you want to know what my husband said?
Of course.
I don't agree with this, but it does give you a taste of what our humor is within our marriage, which is. He would like to see a remake of Willy Wonka as your
life?
Yep.
Are you Charlie?
He said, I'm Charlie in form by way of Goldie Hawn. No, not Charlie. I'm Willy.
You're Willy? Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm like, can you break that down?
You're Willy Wonka, but you are played by?
Goldie Hawn.
You're played by Goldie Hawn. Wow, that's pretty fascinating.
It's kind of psycho. But the way he described it, which of course that's the part I'm forgetting, just build my spirits up. It was actually flattering, but I'm gonna go with the Kristen Wiig dark comedy. My bandmates all came back with dark comedy too.
Or you could do a dark comedy with Kristen. If you melded Kristen Wiig and Goldie Hawn, that would be a really cool combination. Cool.
I don't know a lot of Goldie Hawn's movies.
Like early stuff. Laugh-In, think Laugh-In.
Yeah.
Before your time, but anyway.
But no, I do know.
Okay. Okay. Hey, so I want you to let people know where to find you.
Okay.
Best way to reach you if they want to hire you to sing for them, if they want to buy some of your jewelry, or if they want to talk to you about some design things. There's so many reasons to get in touch with Hannah Tarkinson.
Oh my God. I'm scared.
Okay, scratch that.
Just kidding. I mean, baby steps.
What's the best way?
Okay.
If someone wants.
So to contact me, Hannah, HANNAH, at Ponemo Style. My business name is Ponemo. It's PONOMO style.com. And you can find most everything I do at this point is on Instagram. So my page is sort of a combination of my business, music, lifestyle. I kind of wanted to integrate a little bit more.
Yep.
And then the one thing I will plug is that Ghostbox has a show on Friday at Sun Tiki. It's a new club in town, and it used to be a tanning salon.
Oh,
yeah.
funny.
They have a great sound system, and David does like these great background images. So it's pretty rad, and it's a great lineup. So I'm excited about that. And then the song that we're doing is released on this Sunday. So it's a kind of fun back-to-back. And then I'm going to go back into my cave and write a little bit more and then, balance it out.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Good. Congratulations. That's cool. Lots of good things going on for you. So if you want to know anything about me or my music or upcoming gigs, you can go to lisaredfern.com. And I should mention September 1st at Cundy's Harbor Library down on one of the two necks that is Harpswell. You can just keep going to Cundy's Harbor at the library. There's a benefit. And I'll be singing from 2 to 3 on September 1st. And I'm really excited to announce that at One Longfellow on September 27th, it's a Thursday night, Jessie Terry, who's a really fantastic singer-songwriter and a friend of mine, and Jenny Van West, who just came out with her second album, and it's absolutely beautiful. Happiness to Burn, it's incredible. And she'll be there. And Connor Garvey, who, if you haven't heard him, is really he's a fantastic singer and songwriter, and just and all these guys, everybody's just really fun to hang out with and spend an evening with. So you can see all four of us at one time at One Longfellow on Thursday night, September 27th. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. That was really fun. You've been Gingersnap.
Been snap.
You've been Gingersnap. All right. So thanks a lot. I'll be back. My next guest is Dave Mallet, and I'm really excited because I've been a fan of his since I was a kid. And if you don't know who David Mallet is, you should find out. He's one of Maine's premier and most well-known songwriters and singers, and I get to sit down with him sometime in September.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you soon. This has been Gingersnap.